4, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of a Shaggy Life podcast. I thought I would throw an extra one in for you guys, even though I owe you about 20. But if you guys are listening to the podcast on your favorite podcasting app, don't forget you can also catch me on video on the Curtis Tucker YouTube channel. And you can also catch some of these videos on the website, curtistucker.com. Please head over there and check things out. I've got all kinds of old adventure stories and things that I'm doing over there, so you can keep up to date on a lot of stuff there. But if you're watching me waving at you on YouTube, don't forget that if you guys are driving or you're out on the trail and you want to hear a Shaggy Life podcast, you can catch me on most all of the major podcasting apps. And if you can't, let me know. Email me at curtis@curtistucker.com or shags@shaggyduck.com. Let me know if I'm not on your favorite podcasting app, and I will be sure and get on there. And also don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I don't have a whole lot of followers, but hey, you guys that are following me and listening, I greatly appreciate you. I just do this for fun. I'm actually not making any money at this part of my business. I do about 20 gazillion different things, and this is just one of the things that I do to keep me busy, but also to have fun and try to keep you guys informed on stuff. And so that's what this episode is about. If you have not heard anything about There's Treasure Inside, this should be pretty fun. If you have heard about it and kind of researched it, then I'm probably not going to tell you a whole lot at this point that you don't already know, but I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what it is and then tell you hopefully about my book. Getting a book to this adventure and treasure hunt is almost as difficult as the treasure hunt. So sit back and enjoy this tale, the tale of a fateful trip. And I've been racking my brain. I'm trying to remember where I first heard of this. And I think I found it last Monday or Tuesday, and I know I found it online somewhere. It was probably social media, but I don't remember where. I don't remember what I saw that made me get interested in it. But if you listen to any of my other podcasts like Buzzhead Radio or anything, you know that Todd and we have been watching The Curse of Oak Island for years and years and years and years. And of course, they get nowhere and they barely find any treasure. They find a lot of coins, nails, and buttons, and that's about it. And so, but I'm interested because I like to go on adventures. I like to do challenges. I like to, do all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, what's the purpose of life if you're not finding adventures and treasure and fun things? And I'm actually working on a hiding treasure myself for my community here. And so I've been working on that, but even before this whole thing came out. But so anyway, I ran across this and come to find out. So to give you a little bit of history real quick, there was a guy several years back named Fern that decided he wanted to hide a treasure chest full of gold and jewelry and things. And so he hid it, and I believe he buried it. And I believe it was in Montana or Wyoming or somewhere up kind of in the mountains or the hills. And he wrote a poem, and he basically put it out there to everybody and said, hey, here's a poem. Read this. There's clues in the poem. You follow it, you're going to find my treasure. And his intent kind of was to get people outdoors and moving and having fun and looking for treasure. And so, I don't know all, I remember, I've read a lot up on the Fern treasure, but it's been a while, so I don't remember everything. He has since passed. The treasure has been found. I believe the person that found the treasure and made over $1 million with the treasure. But anyway, so that's the backstory to this new story. So the new story is about a guy named John Collins Black. And if you see me looking at the screen, so I'm on his website. So you're going to get a lot of this information and updates and stuff on his website, which is therestreasureinside.com. Therestreasureinside.com is his website. The book that he has written is called There's Treasure Inside. That is the book. And so what he was inspired by Fern, and I believe he's like a cryptocurrency type millionaire. He decided that he was going to kind of do what Fern had done, but he is doing it on a larger scale. So he took 5 years to come up with this great collection of treasures. And so if you go to his website or you see some of his interviews and stuff, we're talking a lot of gold, a lot of coins, but there's an Atlanta 1996 Olympic gold medal. There's a Michael Jordan rookie basketball card. There's I guess a really valuable Pokemon card. There are actually some physical Bitcoins. And like I said, lots of gold bar, coins. And then there's like personal items of Amelia Earhart, George Washington, Andrew Carnegie, Pablo Picasso, Jackie Onassis, Henry David Thoreau, Louis Comfort Tiffany, and then tons more and tons more. So what he did was he started buying up this stuff at auctions over the last 5 years, and he wanted to get a whole bunch of different types of objects to kind of a lot of different people. Like somebody might really be interested in the Michael Jordan rookie card, but not so much in trying to find a couple of gold coins. So he wanted to get a whole really big collection of different stuff. So what he's done for 5 years is he's gone to auctions and everything, and he's bought all this stuff. And I believe it's totaled about $2 million. Now, what we're talking about is when he bought it, it was all worth around $2 million. But if you know gold and Pokemon cards and Michael Jordan cards and Bitcoin, everything, all those prices have gone up. And now that it's part of this nationwide treasure hunt, some of these pieces are going to be worth more just because they're part of this treasure. So there's just added value, just more and more added value. And probably the longer this treasure hunt goes and the more people that learn about it, my guess is the value of all this stuff is just going to continue to go up. But let's just, for the sake of telling you, it's starting out at $2 million for all the treasure. And so what he has done is getting to Fern's treasure for most people was a long ways away. Most people can't just pick up and go hunting through the mountains, to find a treasure. So what John has done is he commissioned a guy to create 5 treasure boxes, and I believe there's pictures of them. There's pictures of 5 boxes on his website. Now, whether those are the exact boxes or not, I think they are. They're on there, and there's 4 kind of the same size, and then there's one a little bit larger. And he says that he's put a larger amount of the treasure in the larger one, which my guess is it's going to be the harder of all of them. But he has spread all of that $2 million worth of treasure between all 5 of these boxes, and he has hidden them all over the United States in 5 different states, basically from the East Coast to the West Coast. So everybody is semi-close to at least 1, if not 2 of the boxes. And so if you go to his website, again, there's information about him. There's information about the treasure, the boxes, and all that. And then he's got a Q&A. And so I thought I'd go over a little bit of that with you. If you guys don't have time to, go search his website and read, then you guys can be driving in your car and you can get all the Reminder, the website is treasureinside.com and the book is therestreasureinside.com. And so let's go to the book real quick. So the book is a large, hardback, really nicely done book. And I guess each chapter in the book describes each treasure chest and what's in it. And then John also talks about the joy of getting out and doing things and searching things. And so, but you have to have the book. I mean, or you could just go walk all over the United States for, 100 years and see if you could find one of these boxes. But so the clues to each box are in the chapters in the book. So and the book runs about $44 to $47. And I know a lot of you skeptics, the first thing is, oh yeah, there's no treasure and he's just making money off the books. Well, for you guys that are skeptical, great. Do not buy the book. Do not hunt for the treasure. You guys are right. Please. Yeah. You guys shut off the podcast and go sit in your chair and watch TV. For everybody else, you need to get the book. And okay, so here's the deal about the book. When the book, I believe, and I don't have all the exact facts, so don't skewer me if any of this is slightly off or anything, but I believe he did like 100,000 first print or something. But however many books he got printed the first time, they're for sale at Amazon and Barnes and Noble and BAM, Walmart, Target, Hudson Booksellers, Powell's Bookshop. So a lot of places. So anyway, once he started doing interviews, he was on Good Morning America. And once he started doing these podcast interviews and more interviews, this thing started taking off. And I think he released everything in November of this year. So it hasn't been going on that long, but it really struck a chord really quick. So all the books are sold out currently. And so when I learned about it last Monday, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was be a part of it. And so I went looking for a book. Okay, warning, Will Robinson. Beware of some of the places that are selling books. Again, the books are about $44 to $47, $49. If you're finding books cheaper than that, they're almost 100% going to be fake. There are a lot of fake bookstores that are popping up, especially if you go to Amazon. They'll have a list of places that have the books, and if they don't have any reviews or any ratings, they're probably scam bookstores. So be super careful about who you buy the book from. And I don't know exactly how to tell you how to know if they're real or not. But I mean, if you go to Barnes and Noble, so a lot of those websites you can pre-order the next round, but it looks like they're not going to be released until mid to late January on the next round. But again, don't worry. Hunting for this treasure could go on for a long time. It's not like, I don't believe anybody in the country right now is on the verge of finding any of these treasures, even though there are some videos out there and people already started forums and groups and things, and they're sharing information, and they're narrowing down some of the states, which is fine. But don't not start this adventure and this treasure hunt just because you don't get your book until January or February. You're still going to have plenty of time. There's 5 treasures. They're not going to be super duper easy to find. So everybody has a chance. So anyway, back to the book. So I'm looking for the book. I can't find one on Amazon. I went to every website. Every website was sold out, said back ordered. I called my local bookstore. She had ordered one for somebody else in my hometown who had, I guess, heard about it, but she only ordered that one for them. Said she could order me one, but of course her where she got her books from, it was back ordered as well. So I said, well, let me keep searching. So if you know anything about me, I'm very persistent, and I know that if you keep trying and trying and trying and trying things online, sometimes you can get to where you want when you don't think you can, and most people don't think you can. So what I started doing was going deeper and deeper and deeper into Google, searching for the book, because what I thought I might find is a bookstore in a state, in a little town that, nobody in the town knows about the story. And so they might just have a book available. The problem is, if they're a small bookstore, they're probably not going to be posting that book on their website, but you never know. So I kept searching, and finally a website popped up that said they were selling the book, and it didn't say out of stock or back ordered. It was going to allow me to order the book. It didn't have a delivery date, and the thing was, the store that I found looked exactly like the website of Treasure Inside, and the address of the shop was a Shopify website at shop.treasureinside.com. So I thought, oh wow, it's his own store. It just, with the logo and everything, I thought, oh well, this is his store. So I ordered a book, and I got an email saying that the order had been taken, but it didn't really say anything about tracking or when I would get it delivered. So I kept doing some research on the treasure and the book and everything, and then I signed up. There's an email that you can sign up on his website, and he will email you updates and news and information. And if you want to keep up with if any of the boxes are found, I'm sure he will let everybody know on the website and in the email, so you can keep up. So go sign up for his email if you're into this. If you want to get this, just a caveat real quick. The book is supposed to be really, really cool. Lots of history, lots of information about these objects. So people are saying that the book is worth getting, even if you don't feel like you're going to go hunt for the treasure. It might make a great Christmas present. I'm not getting commission for selling the book. And I haven't even got the book, but I'm just telling you, don't feel like you're going to buy a $47 book and it's going to be if you don't find the treasure, you're going to lose out. You're still going to have a nice book with a lot of history on these objects and stuff. So anyway, he sent out an email that said, the next day, that said, beware, there are a lot of fake stores and blah, blah, blah. And so that got me to worrying about mine, because I'd never gotten an email telling me when I would get my book. So I decided, well, I'm going to go back to that website and ask them when I'm going to get my book. So I went back, and the website that was there that looked like his website was, I went to his website and I searched everywhere, and there was no link to his own store. Well, that got me a little bit worried, and I thought, oh wow, that's weird that I found his store because I went so deep into Google, but I found his store without a link to the store on his own website. So I thought, well, that's really weird. So I typed it in, and I went to it, and it said, it looked completely different. It's just kind of a white page with information about the book. It doesn't look like it did when I bought the book. And there's no way to order the book, and it says coming soon. And so I thought, oh, poop, I have been scammed. So I thought basically what had happened was somebody had opened up a Shopify store, used all of his graphics, used the name of his domain, and made a fake store. And then once they made some sales, they shut it down, or it got shut down or whatever. So I tried to cancel my payment to my bank, but because I'd used a debit card and it was no longer pending, I couldn't cancel it. So I thought, okay, lesson learned. I've lost out on $50. So then I was kind of looking, and of course there's no books available until end of January. But I went back. So in my email that I got, I believe there was a email that you could respond to. So I emailed them back and I said, hey, is this a scam? If it's not, when am I going to get my book? And so a little bit later, I did get an email that said, we weren't ready to sell books. We apologize. We don't know when you'll receive your book. And I thought, oh, wow. Well, that's interesting that they responded. So then I started thinking, well, maybe I wasn't scammed. Maybe it was a website. But if you go to the website, there's just nothing there. You can't order the book, but somehow I ordered a book. So anyway, this weekend, out of the blue, I get an email that says my book has shipped and I should get it on December 11th, like this week. So I'm like, wow. So either I'm super duper duper getting scammed and they're making me believe I'm going to get the book, or somehow I ordered a book from a website that's not even selling books, but I'm going to get a book on the 11th. I have a feeling I'm going to get a book on the 11th. So anyway, so then I will have the book. I will share, some of the things that I found in the book. I mean, in the book, there's word searches and maps and pictures and all kinds of different clues that you have to figure out. So that's my story of getting the book. If you guys don't have a book, get on a list on a legitimate site and pre-order or back order one of them. And hopefully, and then he sent out an email a couple of days ago that said, due to the popular demand of the book and it already selling out and not being reissued until the end of January, he said he was going to put up an ebook. Each chapter would be a different e-file by the end of December. Now, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing you're going to probably have to pay to download those ebooks. But if you're just super, super duper interested in getting into the treasure hunt, sign up for the email and be looking for the ebooks. If you just want to do it the traditional way and have something nice physically in your hand, wait for the book. The ebook, of course, you could print out, at home and all that. So anyway, so here's some information from his website. Of course, he knew people were going to ask, is this treasure hunt actually real? Of course, he says, but again, he's been on Good Morning America, CNN, a lot of different places have interviewed him. He says, everything you see is real. It's taken the better part of 5 years to put this treasure hunt together and to complete this book. Along the way, over a dozen people saw the treasure boxes and treasure items before they were hidden. Professional photographers, videographers documented each piece in digital form. Additionally, the treasure boxes were custom made by a blacksmith who worked on them for over a year. Okay, and then back to the boxes real quick. There are 5 boxes. You have to have, I think when you find a box, there's going to be clues or instructions with the box because they don't just open. They've got secret things that you have to move to actually get the boxes open. So that's going to be a fun part is the people that find the boxes get to figure out how to open them. And my mom used to buy me puzzles back in the day and for Christmas back in the 70s and 80s. And I remember getting a wooden box, handmade wooden box one time that was like that. And there was different things that, one part slid out, which made the bottom be able to turn. And then once the bottom turned, you were able to get to a lever and turn it and get into the box. And so I've always enjoyed that kind of stuff anyway. So I am looking forward to finding at least, if not more, but at least one of these boxes and having fun opening it up. So there's more about the treasure boxes on his website. He says, who is the treasure hunt for? It's for anyone. The idea of solving clues, being in nature, and finding a hidden treasure sounds appealing. It's for you. It is an adventure. Somebody, one of the questions, is there only one treasure box? He says, no, there are 4 treasure boxes of similar size. The 5th treasure box is larger and holds inside it the lion's share of the treasure items. So that's the one that's going to be super duper cool. Where are the boxes? He says they are spread out within the United States. There is no more than 1 box in any state. Has any box been found? He said as of today, no, none of the boxes have been found. Are the clues I need to find the treasure boxes in the book? He says, yes, all the clues you need to get within a decent proximity of each treasure box are inside the book. And I'm not sure if it's going to be on here or not, but in one of his interviews, he did say that none of the boxes are more than 3 miles from a road. So it's not like you're going to, think you know where it is and then have to park on the side of a road and go 10 miles. All boxes are within 3 miles of a road. None of them are underwater. None of them have been buried. None of them have been buried. So, how much is the complete treasure worth? That's when he goes in and says, he actually today he doesn't know because the value of all the things have gone up. So he doesn't really know what the treasure amount right now is. I'm going to guess that, each box is going to have to be, at least 100, 200,000 or more. I would doubt there's a treasure box, worth less than 100,000 or 150,000, but I have a feeling they're going to be more than that. Can I find more than one treasure box? Yes. He says, please do. Do the boxes need to be found in any order? Nope. Do the solves require me to be a genius or complete a complicated cipher? He said, absolutely not. You do not need to be a genius, and there is no grand cipher to solve that will take you to any treasure. However, there are particular traits and qualities discussed in the book that might help you along if you choose to use them. Read that. Remember that when you get your book. What kind of clues are there in the book? He says many different types. I love this part. He says, you won't need them all. So, here's a warning. A lot of these forums and groups and videos and YouTube and podcasts or whatever, these people that think they might be onto a clue, it's going to be great to have help and to, get together and share ideas, but some of the clues may be false clues, or so it says you won't need them all. Now, to me, that could mean two different things. Either there's, clues showing you 3 different ways of finding the treasure, or there's a whole bunch of extra clues in the book that you don't need to find the treasure, and they may throw you off. Kind of funny. So I did I can't see it in the picture, but I've got a poster in here. Way back in the day, I did a calendar for a radio company or radio station, and it's a cartoon of a whole bunch of 100 different little cartoons that are clues to the names of bands. And so I said, the idea of the poster was see if you can find the clues to the names of 100 different bands. So like one of them is a plant, like a house plant. It's in a pot and the pot says Bob. And so the clue is that's Robert Plant. The thing was to throw people off. I threw like a pumpkin head in and some different objects that weren't actually bands or singers, and so it's just kind of funny that he could have done the same thing. So, but anyway, next question: are any of the boxes in a dangerous place, and do I need to be extremely fit to find them? He says absolutely not. All the boxes are located in safe places that are not dangerous to get to. Anyone of average health should be fine. An entire section of the book is dedicated to explain how to ensure your treasure hunting experience is a safe and fun one. So he's going to help you all along the way. And then this is kind of crucial here. He says, my book copy has typos. Are these clues? He kind of goes into how, no, most of the typos in the first printing that you're going to find, and he tells what they are are not clues. So don't get, beware. Read his website of which typos in the book are not clues. I think one page is missing the page number, and he says that is not a clue. So he kind of goes over all of the, and I think he's saying that as they print more editions that so. And then why did you do this? Because this project gave him great joy. I guess he talks about joy throughout the book. I would like to know more about why I made this hunt. I explain a great deal, and he explains in the book why he did it. He says, will I enjoy, the question is, will I enjoy the book even if I don't want to search for the treasure? He says, I believe you will. The stories and history surrounding the pieces in this treasure are captivating, inspirational, and full of drama. They make a thought-provoking and compelling read. We are all treasure hunters, as you and I have things we desire and pursue in our lives. The stories inside this book give insights into ways to be the best treasure hunter you can be, whatever that may mean for you. So reading the book is probably going to inspire you to maybe do more adventures or getting out of your shell, even if you're not going to go look for his treasure. So I don't know, sounds to me like it's going to be a cool book. So those are the Q&As. You can learn more about the treasure. If you click on that link, there's a little video that shows you pictures of the treasure. I'm looking at some of the items. There's a Picasso designed pendant, and you can see on the pendant that it's got like the artwork, like a drawing of what something Picasso would have drawn. Like I said, the 96 gold medal. I was at the 96 Atlanta Olympics. That would be cool. There's a Bitcoin coin. There's the Michael Jordan rookie card. There's Jackie Onassis brooch. There's a shipwreck gold disc, a Greek gold wreath, a Greek amethyst necklace, a gold chalice, George Washington's jelly glass, a Greek snake bracelet, a moon rock. There's a moon. I didn't notice that before. There is a freaking moon rock. I mean, it's a rock from the moon. How cool is that? There's a jade bracelet and a 3+ carat ruby necklace. There's a California gold nugget. There's ruby earrings. There's a blue lotus ring. And then, like I say, there is a picture of 5 boxes. I think those are the 5 boxes. He did say in an interview that if you're hunting in an area where it snows, you might, and it has snowed, you might want to wait until spring. So it's, it sounds to me like some of the, some, if not all the boxes are outdoors, and if you live in an area that gets a heavy snow, it may be a little hard to find one of the boxes because of the snow. So that is all of the information that I have from his website. Again, therestreasureinside.com. And then there's a CNN interview, shows a picture of the book, and they ask him some questions. Let's see, he played Dungeons and Dragons as a child. By 2015, he was a successful musician and entrepreneur. And he was, so I always say Fern. Why do I say Fern? The guy that did it originally was Forrest Fenn, Fenn. So if you want to read, that's an interesting read. If you can find a book or a podcast episode on Forrest Fenn, he launched his hunt in 2010. And so it's kind of an interesting read to follow his. Let's see, the search. Every chest that Collins Black was hidden by him in a custom designed puzzle box, complete with instructions for unlocking the treasure. Each chapter contains detailed clues leading to one of the 5 chests. All the clues you need are in the book. He decided to keep the treasure locations a secret from his wife. He didn't want anybody to have the burden of knowing where all of the boxes were. So, and then just a warning, if you do get online, I think it's going to be fun to get in these groups and to find people to share ideas with. But don't forget that this is an expensive treasure that could change people's lives. And if they're giving you too many details and not actually looking for the treasure, be leery. And then be leery if you feel like maybe you know where one of the treasure boxes is, believing that somebody that maybe lives closer to that area might help you out, and you tell them where the box is and then they go and get it and then don't include you in sharing. I mean, we see what happens with lottery tickets where, a group of more than one person buys lottery tickets and then all of a sudden they don't want to share the winnings, or a spouse leaves their spouse when, so just a warning, be leery. Don't believe all of the clues that you're going to see online. Don't believe, you read the book, decide for yourself. If you kind of agree, it's kind of cool to get on there and hear what people are already saying. A lot of people are saying, one of the boxes is in Lake Tahoe, and then they show all these different reasons why they believe that. Well, I don't know. So get on there and check that out. Let me see if there's anything else. He says the chests await discovery. The value of many items continues to grow. And then he also mentioned that he didn't really want these boxes to be easy to find. He wants it to take a little time and effort, but he doesn't want it to take forever. So if this should happen, he kind of mentioned that if this should happen to go, let me see if I can actually find it. Basically, if it starts to take like years, he said he would release new clues or maybe a new edition book to help everybody along. So hopefully, I would guess in everybody's lifetime, we will know where all these are. So anyway, that is what I know for now. So I'm trying to decide, because I'm going to be trying to find at least one of these boxes. I could either chronicle what I'm doing just as kind of in between episodes on this podcast, or I mentioned to Todd last week that maybe we should start a podcast just talking about updates on the treasure, or a blog, or, I don't know. So for right now, you're going to find all of my updates at curtistucker.com or on a Shaggy Life podcast. And I will just keep you updated on what I'm doing and what I know. If you guys are already searching for the treasure, contact me, Curtis at curtistucker.com, Shags at shaggyduck.com. Not that I, want any of your clues or anything, but, if you guys want to, stay connected, and as we find updates from other people, we can start a Facebook group or a Twitter group or an email group or a texting group, or, whatever. I think it would be fun. So if any of you guys that follow me or listen to my podcast, if you're interested in this, let's group together and see what we can do. And, maybe one of us can find all of these boxes. So there you go. Treasureinside.com. The book is called There's Treasure Inside. Be leery of where you buy the book from. And once you get your book, let me know what you guys think about it. As soon as I get the book, I will flip through it, and then I will do another podcast episode. What I'll do with the Shaggy Life podcast for now is, each episode I might name it Treasure Inside number 1, Treasure Inside number 2. That way you'll know that those specific episodes are just for Treasure Inside. And then that way, if you're not interested in me talking about the treasure or following along, then just don't listen to those episodes. So anyway, I am going to get out of here. My dog is headed for my door and I'm going to let him in. So thanks for checking in. Love you guys. Go to the website and talk to you soon. See ya.